Let's shift gears and bring you this now. The ANC's National Executive Committee holding a meeting in Birchwood, that's in Ekurhuleni. The party is expected to discuss and adopt its manifesto for the local government elections. Speaking now is Secretary General Fikile Mbalula. Let's listen in.
It's not to avail yourself to the committee. And when we became aware that he has been suggested to become the leader, we then abstained. And I wish to state today that that is the reason why we abstained as the ANC from supporting him. We've got nothing against him. He's a good lawyer, and we had actually asked him to advise the ANC on the processes of the Section 89. So for us to go and support him, it will be unethical in this particular instance. So we wish to disclose that to the Speaker, and will write a letter why we are opposed to that, because to us it represents an unethical conduct, and it will be reduced into a letter to the Speaker of Parliament. The government of national unity, we govern together and we contest against each other. That is a fact. That was always the arrangement. That will not do. What we will not do is govern with one hand and litigate with the other, and then call it a partnership. The fact is that the ANC remains the largest party and the anchor of the National Executive Committee. Local coalitions are settled on our national framework. On crime, safety and the election, murder is down almost 10%, and it still takes 58 lives a day. We commend the police for the turn. We refuse the celebration. The wound remains. Contact crime is down 4.6%. House robbery down about 5th. Kidnapping is the one category moving the wrong way. Elections, safety and SABC forensic capability are before our structures, not now, not after the vote. So the meeting we convened today is the meeting which is special National Executive Committee to finalize the manifesto and the manifesto alone, as we move towards the launch on the 23rd of August at the Riverside in Johannesburg, in Birchwood. Thank you very much.
Thank you, SG. Any questions? We'll start with Nkosnati, then we'll go to Newsroom, then we'll go to ENCA, News 24 now, ne? And you guys move around a lot. And then
It didn't move, it closed down.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Okay, and then we'll end with you, Ntebo.
Good day, SG. It's Kosnati Shazi from Power FM News. Just two questions. Can you please just give us an official date in which the ANC mayoral candidates will be unveiled and announced? We know the manifesto is on the 23rd. When should we expect the dates for the announcement of the mayoral candidates? And then, since the 2022 elective conference, the ANC has put organizational renewal as top of the agenda. I just wanted to find out the recent comments by veteran Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. Does it not derail the ANC's renewal process, especially of her making very damning allegations against Ronald Lamula and you as a Secretary General of vote buying, of money being passed in the 2022 and 2017 elective conference? She's not in the meeting, but is this renewal process being derailed by her comments? Thank you.
Well, we are dealing with the matter individually and collectively. Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma is the leader of this National Executive Committee, and you wouldn't expect such erratic actions from her part. You will expect that a person of her standing will have raised the matters formally in the organization and allow the Integrity Commission to deal with those matters. If she so feel about them that they've not been addressed and probably they are overlooked by the organization. So those who are affected in terms of their standing in the organization and publicly, when those matters have been addressed, have chosen a path of engagement. And I know that people say that no, these matters must be settled somehow, but when you denigrate and deal with the integrity of an individual and also in public, there is a choice in the context of the South African Constitution that the matters must be settled in court. And therefore, in that particular instance, that's a personal choice, but dictated to by individuals. In as far as the party is concerned, the party will process those matters at the level of the officials and settle them there. If you are a cadre, you are a leader, and you know where we are now. We are facing an election, and therefore facing an election means that all hands on deck, and we face an election. And it's a matter that I raised some time back about our veterans, but worse off, a veteran who served in the National Executive Committee. So a podcast will not resolve a matter of renewal. It remains a podcast, unless the intentions are either malicious to weaken the ANC and not to help the ANC overcome and address those particular issues. So in this particular instance, when your name or Nonceba's name is raised in public that you stole funds and that is not substantiated in one way or the other, what other recourse you've got? Because the record before the public is the record that says that you did something. So how do you resolve that issue? Can't be resolved the other way, either than challenging the matter to be resolved amicably through the courts. And because no individuals have got the right in the context of South African Constitution to tarnish anybody's name, and that is the case. And so you've got to prove that indeed this thing happened, because for the people who were not at Nazareth, if they are told that Mbalula was dishing money, that is the word used, quote unquote, then it remains a fact in the annals of history, but a fact and a statement of record in the public domain. So it's not about Mamkosazana, it's about me. And that matter I've written to her, advised by my lawyers, that she must clarify those issues. And the failure to do so will go to court. It's not a threat. That's what I'm going to do. And you know, if you know my track record, that's what I do every day. I did with Somizi, my great friend. I did with some fellow who said I stole money from somewhere. I did with my sister here, who was it? Anele. I did it with Musa Kaula. I do it with anyone who comes to me with unsubstantiated accusations against me. I didn't dish money. I'm the Secretary General. I did not arrive here because I gave somebody money. And so it's not for me to explain myself to you, because a statement that has got the reputational damage on me has already been made. And I'm not chasing her. I've made a statement in public and it ends there. I'm not in argument with her. And then if she feel so deep and so convinced about it, then let's meet in court. And she must produce evidence that I distributed money. Because in no time, hawks will be on my neck. In no time, somebody will be opening a case at police station like they did with Palapal. Now I must produce notes that I don't have. I mean, I didn't have money that I distributed to delegates. And if there are such people who make such allegations, let them come to court and prove that I distributed money in a clinic, Nogal. So that is the matter. And Lamola is dealing with that also, because he's been mentioned. So we did not do anything other than being not even implicated. That South Africa has been told that we're doing things and everybody knows about them. And that is it. And then what is your second question?
The date for the
The
mayoral.
date for the mayoral candidates. We're going to announce the mayoral candidates in a week leading to the manifesto. It will happen before the 23rd. And then all our candidates who are going to be announced. I can see you are making predictions and all of that and so on. This is an ANC campaign. It's not a mayor's campaign. We have interviewed people based on our criteria. We want people who are able to run municipalities, who are qualified, proper credentials, and therefore who are in a position to lead sophisticated budgets Based on our experience in the past, we just nominated people and put them in positions of responsibility to manage budgets and lead municipalities. That has posed questions over time unto us. So we were given a mandate to deal with what is called an independent Troika nomination, which is what we've done. So the officials have finished that work, so they will finish it, and we will announce all our candidates, either at the central place. The media and the public will be informed about that. So we have done that work. We have interviewed every mayor in the country. And I think we have undergone a process of vetting of these people, which is what is delaying us, because we don't want to announce people and tomorrow they've got scandals and all of that. So we are thorough in terms of the process. So we will unveil them leading up to the manifesto launch on the 23rd.
Doza from Newsroom Africa. There was a postponement for the launch from, I think, the 15th of August to 23 of August. Was it an issue of maybe delays in planning to secure a venue for the manifesto launch to end up in Diepsloop, or did it have something to do with finances, perhaps?
On the 15th of August, there is a SADC meeting in Durban. It will end on the 17th. So the leader of the campaign is the president, and that is him who launches the manifesto. So he will not be available on those dates. And that is why we were able to inform the media through Nongeba and everybody that will now launch on the 23rd. So it has got nothing to do with finances. Our manifesto will be launched in Riverside, in Diepsloot, amongst our people, but not just as a venture of adventurism, but as a showcase of the work the ANC have done among our people at the Riverside, in Diepsloot, over the years, the work the ANC have done at local government level. After that, our manifesto will be rolled out in all the cities in the country. And therefore, we know we are suffering an Achilles heel of coalition governments. We lost Johannesburg 10 years ago to the hands of the coalition. We are leading government partially in a coalition in Johannesburg with other political parties. And history can speak for itself that since we lost after Pakstau, local government in Johannesburg, the challenges that we have faced. We didn't have challenges of pick it up. We didn't have challenges of potholes. We only had a challenge of electricity in Johannesburg, particularly Eskom, the liability of Soweto, which was at rising proportions of up to 19 billion. We brought it down to 9 billion. We're still struggling with it. Electricity is an Achilles heel in Soweto. You go in Soweto, people will tell you that we didn't have electricity for this and that. Yes, other people were on load shedding. We have been suffering on this for quite some time because of the liability. And we ask Eskom to intervene to give people meter readings when it comes to electricity. So these are some of the challenges we faced in Johannesburg and other municipalities that we lost, Ekurhuleni and Tshwane. And that will be reflected in our work. But we will also not hide our weaknesses and the fact that indeed we too have committed mistakes in terms of local government and over and above everything else. But we will not fudge the fact that coalition governments have affected our ability to accelerate social transformation in different communities where we once governed and governed well and effectively.
Thank you, Eshi. Moloko?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Mbalula. We appreciate it. I just have 3 quick final questions. On Advocate Madonse, in the letter you are writing to the Speaker of the National Assembly, specifically what do you want her to do? But second to that, because he advised you as the ANC on the Section 89 process, do you feel he will not be impartial as the evidence leader, I want to
Yeah,
ask...
let's deal with that first because I'm not writing. No, it's not like we don't feel it will be impartial. Should it arise in public that the ANC kept quiet whilst they knew that Advocate Madonsela advised them on Section 89, we will appear as a party of being disingenuous and not respecting the process. That's why we abstained. We didn't vote for him because of that. And nobody said to us that be aware, we are coming with this Madonsela and all of that, because it did not come from our side. It came from other political parties. So the course of action in that regard, it means that anyone who's going to appear before the committee may raise the question of impartiality. And that is the question that must be settled, because we want a process that is free and fair. But should the matter be raised by other people in relation to the fact that he advised the ANC will be seen in a bad light. And that is why we did not participate in the processes. So what it means is that should that be found, that it's a question that can lead to impartiality and all of that, then it means the committee must resume and elect a new leader of the business. That's what the ANC would like to see happening.
Your
My
follow-up?
final questions on Dr. Dlamini Zuma. Firstly, I just want to check if she is present in today's meeting. But second to that is, what do you make of the remarks to single out the likes of yourself, in particular as a national official?
Well, it was a wide-ranging interview. So one will argue that in that wide-ranging interview, this just became one aspect. And it is clear that it is a matter that has been lingering on in her mind, and that probably she could have done something about it. I don't have a problem. I've got many allegations on my table from different provincial conferences about this and that. And then as the SG, I normally take steps with regard to that. So, Mam Nkosazana, we went to conference in 2022. And she didn't raise that matter. I don't have a problem if she says that there was money issues and money distributed and all of that. But she says that I was dishing the money. And that matter will be handled between myself and her in relation to that. One can say, why didn't you ask her and then settle the matter? The damage is too huge. Even if I can call her and write a love letter or whatever that is the case, it will not erase the fact that she stated as fact that I dished money at conference. So what is my recourse? It's a secret meeting with her. And then all of that. No. The point is that because it was raised with Ndlozi in the most famous, popular podcast, it's not her, by the way. I ignored the first one that I instructed parliamentarians by Mamno's viewer. And then I became the bigger one, and then I realized Mamno's viewer is faced with difficult things. So let me leave this thing. But I didn't did what she said I did, and I left it. And that I gave MPs and commanded them. And then this is the second one, that now I dished money. It's only her who knows that I dish money, so I don't know about it. So we'll settle that matter in court. Yeah?
She's not present.
Yeah, she's not present. She apologized. She's not present. She apologized. She's on her way to Cuba. We are also invited to Cuba in solidarity with the Cuban Revolution. So she's not here in the meeting. She apologized for attending the NEC.
Okay. Are you covered?
No. SG, Norman Masubeni from News 24. Mine is a question around the delay in announcement of the mayors. Don't you think that when you look at other opposition parties, they've been aggressive in nature in the campaign, that maybe they have gained a head start ahead of the ANC. And then don't you think that by delaying your announcement and you are delaying that aggressive campaigning that will set you on a back foot ahead of the election? Maybe to clarify, maybe on the follow-up of Mulu's question on Mamukosazar, for you to engage legally, don't you think it's going to divide the party when you are now engaging legally instead of finding political solution?
There's no political solution to a charge that you have stolen money. There's no political solution to that. It's either you have stolen money, you have dished money, or otherwise you clear yourself. There's no political solution to that. In history, and even today, when people read, they will say, Nkosazana told you that Mbalula dished money at conference, and that is it, it ends there. What's the political solution about that? I must accept that I dished money when I didn't. When there was a conference attended by more than 5,000 people, and that I dished money to them in favor of Noneba to be elected, and the president and everybody. I didn't. There was no break-in in my house that found money or anything of that sort. So you can lay a charge against me. So I didn't dish any money to anyone. And that is a fact. So I'm telling you the course of action. The course of action, one, is that the matter must be referred to the Integrity Commission. That's where it will be settled in terms of the ANC. Secondly, the recourse on my part is a legal route, which then says, where does this matter come from? And therefore, that is the position.
The question around the ANC.
The ANC?
Sorry? There was a question around, does the ANC not feel that launching late might set it?
No, it is not a tactical issue. We are vetting people who are doing anything. I don't know what political parties followed to nominate their candidates, but the campaign is ANC-driven, and the face of the campaign is the president. We can actually go into this election without a mayor candidate and elect a mayor after. It's a fashion, this thing, of mayoral candidates and so on. It's a fashion. But we are not joining the fashion. We are doing what is a proven track record of the ANC. And what is that proven track record? Is that we place a person who has been interviewed before South Africans who have undergone a process, a rigorous process of interview, checked and all of that. And then as the ANC, we say, we will prefer South Africa, that this person, if we win election, to be your mayor. But the ANC is coming to you to ask for the renewal of the mandate with these people. It's not only the mayor, it's even candidates. Our candidates have been vetted, and there is a criteria for them. Our candidates have been taken to community meetings. We're supposed to field our candidates by the 1st of September. So our process is more than 10,000 candidates we are dealing with. Our processes are coming to an end this weekend. It's the final deadline, and therefore we are the largest party by measure, and therefore communities have been involved. And the process itself is very vibrant. There are people who feel that in that branch, the candidate was undermined. We've got to deal with all of those things. But the mayors, we are done. We are done. So we will unveil them. In this instance, it is for the first time the ANC interviews mayors, independent. It's the first time the ANC announced mayors before the election. We are not kowtowing any political party, and there is no tactical choice. That is why we are linking the announcement of mayors to the unveiling of the manifesto. Our mayors, our candidates, by the time we announce our manifesto, that process will be done and dusted. We have already paid a deposit to the IEC for our more than 10,000 candidates. We are contesting this election wall to wall. We are the incumbent. The people are looking at us and what we have done, but at the same time, we are asking them to renew their mandate to the African National Congress. We are not contesting anyone. We are asking for society to renew our mandate, and we give an account. A manifesto is not drafted in the cold room. It's informed by what the people say on the ground. And this is what we are dealing with now. And therefore, we will account to the people what we have done. Others, like Africa Check, will say, no, you did not do so much. Others have got they don't have that obligation. They are not governing. We do have the obligation to account to society and defend our position in statistics, and also what we have done and what we have not done, and how we are going to correct the things that we could have done better in local government that we have failed to do. And that's what we're going to do. Others have got no obligation because they don't govern. They don't control constituencies and all of that. We understand that perfectly. It's democracy. But the ANC have got a bigger mandate than them. And you say the campaign have begun. Yes, fine. All others have started, but the real campaign is on the 23rd. And that's when we are going to see South Africa moving, because the incumbent is now going to account. Others have launched. I'm certain they are going to launch their manifestos for the third time after the ANC, because they must respond to the ANC. Others have long launched their manifestos, their candidates. It's political parties. They are trying to gain an advantage, and you can't blame them for that. But all of South Africa will look at what the ANC says on the 23rd. Correctly so, not as a statement of arrogance, because we are waiting to hear what the ANC will say. Are they going to repeat themselves? Others will say after our manifesto, you are here, I'm here. Is one and the same thing. They are repeating themselves. So those will be our detractors who will say that. But we are very clear about the path to manifesto. You don't do things because you kowtow others. There's a lot of work that has been covered on the ground in terms of the local government. We are in the elections in 2 months. And therefore, the ANC have been on the ground. We are finishing the registration online today. And the real campaign is coming, where we go to our people and basically say that here is your candidate, here is the candidate we have selected. And that is why our process is people-driven.
SG Kawelo Mahole from UFM. Bar for Limpopo and Mpumalanga, the ANC has a municipality in each of the other provinces where you have to govern through a coalition. In the northwestern Gauteng, there seems to be a higher number of those. Would it be fair comment to say this is a do or die election, at least in the context of local government for the party? And secondly, the comment about the GNU, is this just you expressing frustration with the conduct of the DA, or is this something that the ANC is genuinely worried about and doing something about?
The GNU has been created and supported and led by the ANC to bring stability in the country. To date, there is stability. All what we are characterizing is to deal with this notion that the GNU was a melting pot. And therefore, people come together because they've got an obligation to work together. We are saying that is not the case. That's why inside of the GNU, there are contradictions. Politically, we did not...
You've been listening there to an impromptu briefing led by the Secretary General of the ANC in Ekurhuleni Mbalula. The party is meeting at the Birchwood Hotel today to discuss and adopt their manifesto for the 2026 local government election. As you can imagine, much of those questions from journalists has centered around that. And in his responses, we've now learned that the ANC is planning to field about 10,000 candidates. Their mayoral candidates will only be announced, though, a week before the 23rd of August. And in fact, the 23rd of August itself is when the ANC is planning to launch or reveal their manifesto outlining, if you like, their promises to the electorate in the lead up to the 4th of November. In case you missed it, the Cooperative Governance Minister has now officially proclaimed the election date, which now sets in motion a series of events which have both legal and political consequences. For one, the voters' roll will close at midnight, and in fact, the election code of conduct will get into full swing. It is interesting to also listen to Fikile Mbalula's responses to the allegations that were made by Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, a veteran of the ANC, who, if you missed it, made claims on a separate podcast that Fikile Mbalula and Ronald Lamola were guilty of essentially vote buying. Both individuals have responded denying the allegations, with Fikile Mbalula now saying that he's written to Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma asking for her to clarify the comments, and if she fails to do so, he'll be compelled to take the legal steps that follow. So, in fact, interesting, he's described Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma's behavior as erratic, saying if she had these concerns, she knows the channels through which they should have been raised, including through the party's integrity committee. So interesting times indeed. We'll continue watching, of course, that story for you as it continues to develop.